Hey, and welcome to E2M5, or Command Center. This is the 5th level of the Shores of Hell, and this opening reminds me very much of E1M7. And the reason for that is because all these enemies kind of rush you at the start of the level here. There's no pinkies, although they can get down here if you're very unlucky. What I'm going to do here, we're going to rush in here and grab the shotgun shells. Then I'm going to take down the pinkies up here. There are shotgun shells on both sides. We'll go and grab the other one if we need it. It has some imps in there as well. It's the same kind of trap. So we're going to run around here. One thing I really like about this level is just how open it is. On the PC at least. On the PC, this is quite open. There are multiple ways you can approach this level. You can skip big parts of the level if you know where you're going. And you can miss out on some big battles as well. We'll grab the armor here because this level kind of asks us to get the armor because there's quite a few tanky enemies on this level. Gonna take down the pinky here. So this Cacodemon is a bit of a pain in the backside. I'm gonna run around, grab the Berserk pack, and we're just gonna punch it out here. I'm going to grab the med pack here. Now when you come out here, this is another area where you'll have a few nasty battles because there's some lost souls, there's some imps, shotgun guys out, thanks for that. There's Cacodemons who come out of the lava pits, well, toxic pits. And we've got to get rid of all these guys because they will follow us through the level if we don't. But yes, one of the things I like about this level is that if you don't really want to face down all these enemies, and there's 2 barons here that we're going to have to take care of, then you can skip most of this. This level's pretty chill about that. I'm going to take down these barons here though, because I don't want them following me through the level. That would be a bit of a pain. Ooh, I forgot about that Cacodemon. So there's a second Cacodemon on this other side. Let's see if we can get some infighting going. Luckily we have. I'm going to take this baron down here. But you can see how in the PC version of this level, it's a very corrupted base this. There's a lot of use of the vine textures, you'll see some hell textures in a bit. There's a lot done to try and make this level feel a bit more corrupted than your typical bases. Now whether you like this level or not really comes down to how much you enjoy taking on hordes of enemies like this, because there are points of this level where things get quite linear. But yeah, picking up that med pack there opens up this trap here. So there's a chainsaw in the wall here, which we're going to grab. Now one of the good things here is that if you come from the right hand side here, which is a very valid option, you can skip the Baron fight if you really don't want to waste the ammo there. But as you can see here, these areas are here with enemies inside, so we're going to take down these guys. Now, as you'll see in a bit when we do the PS1 version of this level, this whole area here is completely missing from the PS1 version of the level. This leads towards the plasma rifle. You need to hit this switch if you want to grab the plasma rifle because it raises the platform towards it. Oh, hello. We're going to take out the imp here. So obviously this is where you come if you want to do the secret exit. Literally all you need to do is come in here and kill all these pinkies and then head up to the left hand side here. That heads you towards the secret exit. We're not going to do that in this video. Normally that's how I do this level. I don't even bother with this level. I literally will just run through as fast as I can to the secret level. But this is the route you take if you want to skip most of this level. This actually takes you back to the start where we fought the Cacodemon. It's a fun addition to the level. It really depends on how fast you want to get through this level. If you want to go and pick up the plasma bullets and the rifle, you will need to do most of the level. But if you're already holding a plasma rifle from the second and first levels, then there's really no reason to do that. You'll notice I didn't pick up the rad suit there because we'll be using that in a bit. Now, another area of interest here is in the PS1 version of this level, this room actually is essential, whereas in this version it's completely optional. If you come here in the PC version, it's actually pretty easy to snipe the enemies on the other side there. So you can see there's a Baron and 2 imps. We'll be facing those towards the end of the level, but we can take them out now if we get them while they're stood in front of the windows, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Take him out. I like doing this because it's done from a safe distance. You don't have to worry about the Baron getting some cheap shots in on you. So now I'm going to go and grab that rad suit that we missed earlier on. So now we can run to the plasma part of the level. So this is a secret wall that opens up. Now there's a Baron in the cage here. It's completely optional to kill him. I don't usually bother because I like to think that he's just sat there being tortured, alone and sad. But if you come out here, this is where the plasma rifle is located. You can actually enter this through three different directions, and I'm going to head into the middle one here. If you want the plasma rifle, this is where you'd go. And we do want it, so I'm definitely going to be picking that up. So now that we've got the plasma rifle, the rest of this level is going to be pretty easy. As I said, this is all completely optional. Like, this level never pushes you in this direction forcefully, but it's worth coming out here, in my opinion, if you want to make the back end of this level very easy, because the plasma rifle will just mince through the horde of pinkies that you'll see. But you can see how this level makes use of a lot of different texture sets to kind of create the idea of a base that's been in the process of being corrupted. It's pretty cool. So we head up here, and you can see this room is basically a hell room. This is I imagine that skin on the wall. That's what I like to imagine. So this room is very different in the PS1 version, and we'll point that out when we get there later on. But as we walk over the line dev there, we trigger the Pinky Onslaught as well as the Kappa Demons. Luckily with the plasma rifle, it's not too difficult to take all these guys down, blast them in the face, and yes, make sure you grab the blue armor there, very important. And you can see this is the end of the level. I don't mind Command Center. It doesn't really get talked about that often when people talk about like good Doom levels. I think it's very solid. I don't think it's amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a nice little challenge, and it follows the theme of the Shores of Hell having fun but largely unspectacular levels. Now if we flip over to the PS1 version of this level, so in the PlayStation version of this level, and in general in the console version, excluding the coloured lighting, which obviously changes the mood of this opening part, this level sees quite a few cuts and it's trimmed down quite a lot. And I'll leave it up to you to decide if that improves the level or if it makes it worse. So the first thing I'm going to do here after killing all those enemies is head down here. We're going to grab as many shotgun shells as we can. Now, I'm going to open this here. We didn't actually come into this one in the PC version earlier, so I'm guessing that's where the enemies I missed. Oh, hello Pinky. Sometimes the Pinkies can make their way down here. Oh wow, 2 of them did. So yeah, we just need to kill 2 of them up there now, which is what we're going to do. But yes, the coloured lighting here really makes this opening part a lot more intense, I think, in terms of visuals, and you can see that this part here is quite different as well, in the sense that the secret passage that leads towards the secret exit, which we discussed in the other version of this level, no longer exists. Yeah, so that's one of the things that gets cut from this level. This level no longer has a secret exit. Come on, Pinky. Oh, I don't want to die here. Come on. Luckily we get the Berserk pack inside here, which I'm going to grab. So you can see some of the enemies have made their way up here, which, you know, not sure if that's a good or bad thing, to be honest. I'm going to head in here to grab the armor, because as you can see, like we've already taken quite a bit of damage from the enemies in this version. You'll notice that they make a lot heavier use of the brick texture in this one. So this really isn't a tech base at this point, it's more of a temple. You'll also notice that they got rid of the second pit over there, but they've replaced the second Cacodemon with this Pain Elemental, which, you know, it's always going to be strange to me seeing those enemies in this version of Doom. But yeah, the exit, the secret passage towards the secret exit is gone, and there's only one Baron fight here. Now I reckon they did this for difficulty purposes, because I suspect that they knew this level was going to be tough as it is, and because players can't skip this fight now, a lot of players may get to this point and find this really difficult. So my guess is that they brought it down to one Baron, which I think is a fair compromise. So we'll take out the Cacodemon, grab the shotgun ammo, and we'll head in here. So this is all unchanged. If you head into here, same enemies are in here. They're all looking to shoot you as you grab that med pack over there, but this time I went and opened the door instead. And the secret is still here, although it's made more obvious in this version. Not quite sure why that is. So we're going to take out the Pinky here. Lost Souls are still here, so we'll take these guys out. But you can already tell, like, there's a slightly different feel to this level as you're making your way through. It has the same major set pieces, but it's missing quite a lot of the character, I think. And I'd argue not giving the chain gun when you fight the Barons is also makes this level a lot more difficult. But as you can see, there's no door there to the switch, which opens the route to the plasma rifle. That's gone completely. The entrance to where the secret passage is gone. The room's still here, so this is all still here, but this is all completely optional now, and that's made more clear here, because like this room is still here, but there's really nothing in here worth coming into. So basically this is just a room full of pinkies. It's just here to well, it doesn't really serve a purpose. There's no real reason you'd want to come out here. I personally would have put the chain gun in there with the pinkies. That would have been a good reward, I think. But they didn't think of that. So we head on this way. We'll carry on up the stairs here. And you can see this is by and large the same level at this point. Even the secret here, which opens up, is the same. So I don't want to pick up the rad suit. Interestingly, the rad suit is actually almost completely useless on this level, because they get rid of all the toxic pits on the way to the plasma rifle. So this room's by and large the same, except for the fact they've put translucent tinting over the windows, which makes it a lot harder to hit the enemies on the other side. Because as you can see, there's also translucent textures on the other side. Now this is different in the sense that in the PC version this was a toxic room, and you can see we come in from the south side of this room. Now do you remember the room with the hell skin that I pointed out? So this is a new door that you're actually coming in from the other side of this room. So they've actually completely changed how you approach this area, which is interesting. This is also just a brick room now, so this room loses all of its character. The door there is gone. So you can see this level's taken quite a few changes, and there is no secret level on this version of the game, so there's no point in sticking around, going back to get that. Let's see if I can take him down with the fists. I'm not as confident using the Berserk Fist in this version of the game. No, he got me there. But you can see we don't have a plasma rifle, and we don't have a rocket launcher here, and we don't have the chain gun, which we would have got fighting the two Barons. So this is going to have to be done with the shotgun. You can also see that this is now outdoor rather than actually being inside. You know what, let's fight them here. Normally what I'd do, I'd let them come to the door down there and I'd stand on the other side and shoot through. But I think we can handle this, to be honest. As said, a lot of the changes really make this level a lot more linear. And I think that this is a weaker version of a level, definitely. I think this is one of those times where a level kind of suffers because of its transfer over to the Jaguar version of a level, which is obviously what this PS1 version's on. Now, the coloured lighting, love it, makes the outdoor bits pop, and I always say that, but I don't think that's enough to really redeem this level. And another pain elemental here. So let's just take out the Lost Souls here. But yeah, in my opinion, this is one of those times where the conversion isn't super great because it kind of takes out half the fun of the level when a lot of the optional areas are removed. It's still fun, but it's not as fun, and I feel bad for the console gamers who had to experience that version of the level. Which of these levels versions did you prefer? Did you prefer Command Center on the PC or Command Center on the consoles? Let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.